This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well, then cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
Y'all, just before we started, I was like, I've never felt, I think, more delicious dish because several factors. Mm-hmm. We're both having a hot beverage. Yours is in my LA Times Festival of Books mug.
Oh.
I'm in a crisp white button down.
You are, with a center part and a low bun, and I'm dressed like your lesbian friend.
I know we've never I feel like we never are fully this different. Like we had a meeting over Zoom before this and I was like, I look like your lawyer or your agent.
No, you're giving like young Ina.
Oh my God. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Yeah. It's very, anytime a crisp button down collared shirt is giving Ina.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, what is her catchphrase now? I just like, what is her catchphrase?
What is Ina? Does Ina Garden have a catchphrase?
Yeah. She it's not like,
it's just that easy.
Wasn't that good? No. I'm absolutely blanking. And we read Ina Garten's memoir for Barflies, and I loved it.
So how easy is that?
How easy is that?
Or Jeffrey's going to love this.
Well, I mean, listen, they've got it figured out. And I thought that was a lavender marriage. And who knows? Perhaps it is. But when I read that book, I was like, we'd be so lucky to have a Jeffrey.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's done a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked to ad nauseum about Ina. This is a very
I love her.
Friend of the pod, Ina Garden.
You know, Ina right now is trimming up her garden with her clippers in a wide brim hat with her AirPods in, listening to This Might Get Weird. And Ina, this one's for you, baby.
This one's for you, Ina. She is a future vision board.
She is
for
the
real.
best. Oh, well, speaking of food,
yeah,
etc.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch Bake Off?
Yes, of course I did.
Isn't this cast delightful?
They're always delightful, but something about this one feels very... Well, we were watching one I had forgotten, and then Friday night we were in that pit of, what do we watch next? That absolute anxiety pit from two people that constantly watch stuff together.
Yeah.
And then I remembered that Bake Off had premiered, and I was like, yes, because I've been actively avoiding it on my Instagram because I do follow some UK people, and because I was in Scotland, the UK people are up in my algorithm, and I follow some previous Bake Off contestants, and so I didn't want to get any spoilers, and it was absolutely delightful. But they really have a set of archetypes that they fill their casting with. There is the kind of nervous, unsure, straight young man, like
a few of them.
Guy, like a Maddie previous season. There's like the old kind of kooky woman.
Well, who's the old woman on this one? I feel like that was the one thing I was missing from this cast was like the granny who makes like treats for her grandkids and didn't believe in herself.
So they did. I feel like they didn't go full
granny.
Leighton, they didn't go full granny. They went half granny. Leighton with Leslie. Leslie is the hairdresser.
Oh, yes.
She's been a hairdresser for 45 years. But then I think Leighton, who is kind of this like lovely, affable, but kind of a like oblivious, like older gay man that
him.
I'm obsessed with. He reminds me of my Uncle Ted, and I just am in love with him. That he's just kind of like, well, that didn't work out.
Listen, when he was making his Swiss roll, and I saw those lemons he piped, I said, that looks like shit. And then when it came out, it actually worked. I do think we have some very talented people on our hands.
Yes, this seems like a great group, and they're also giving them hilariously complicated tasks this season.
Well, they changed up the technical.
Right. They changed it
I like
to,
that.
It's so interesting. What is it now? They're giving you ingredients, not all of them will be used?
Well, yes.
That I'd be done. I'd be done for.
I think they've like thrown in some ringers like that before, but previously the technical was here's a recipe, here's the ingredients, make it. And sometimes in the recipe, they'd be like, make the batter.
Right.
And like, I guess I'll guess. This one, there's absolutely zero recipe provided.
Yeah.
However, they are given the item to taste and decipher to go, oh, that's a Victoria sponge. Oh, and I really like that because it's almost like one of my favorite challenges on Top Chef is when they blind taste test. And you really see these chefs, if their eyes are closed, and these are like really experienced James Beard award-winning chefs.
Right.
And some of them, they'll, eat a pepper and they'll be like, cayenne, like they really get it off.
It really keeps it like no cheating because I did like in the original version how they had to figure out what it looked like just guess.
That is fun.
But you're looking around the tent. Like people are looking at the way everyone else is doing it. So this, I like that they're taking that part out, that you can't look at your other people's.
That's so true.
How they're presenting
you
their
can't
thing.
cheat off someone else's paper.
Because even if
you've
they
already
say they're
seen
not,
it.
they're peeking. I would peek. I peek all the time.
You see my eyes.
Yeah.
I would be watching I'd be watching two people at once, crossing them eyes different ways.
Yeah, the way I look at the room is like two fisheye lenses.
Yeah.
I'm looking side swipe.
Yeah, full flounder. So I think it's just a really delightful cast. I'll admit something.
Okay.
The opening sketch was too long.
That I was like, I must have said this is so stupid over and over. It was long, and that's what I kind of like, that it was long, because I was like, they are making this so dumb. I was so stupid.
They're really putting in the budget. Prue in a beard? I didn't recognize her at first.
I was like, who is this gorgeous older man?
I know. He looks great. But no, I think I told you before, and I would love for you to come over on Friday.
Yeah.
We want to, Chip, every year we watch it is like, starts really craving whatever they're making.
Of course.
And he's like, why aren't we, why don't we set ourselves up for success and already have that thing? Mm-hmm. So then when I'm stoned and watching Bake Off, I can be eating along with them. It's like that theater you went to where they serve you the food that relates to the movie.
100%. Because the next day, literally, that we had no sweets in the house that night.
Oh
and I
my
was
God,
like, this
your house
is awful. This is torture. And then the next day I went to the store and I made just a full apple crisp, because I was like, I've never made one of these before, and I'm craving apples for whatever reason. Yeah.
Well, we were out to dinner on Friday and we were like hitting up our favorite spots in the neighborhood. And I go, oh, well, we got Bake Off. I was like, let's just grab some to go.
Yeah.
Let's look at this menu. None of it was, Chip's like, avocado. By the way, I also think avocado is overrated. Pouring a hot espresso over an ice cream. That's just a race to the finish.
Yeah.
But so we went to the grocery store and he got just a classic cake mix and icing. I'm talking just like yellow cake, chocolate icing. He was like, that's what I'm craving. Made the whole cake as we watched, we're watching Australian Survivor versus the World.
I hear great things.
It's insane and it's only on YouTube. We're watching it. But long ass episodes. He bakes the cake. He's letting it cool. He ices it. And I'm like, well, these episodes forever. Let's just pause it and watch Bake Off. He's like, we can finish it. We can finish it. Motherfucker's asleep in 4 seconds, right? He's really, since he's been back from this trip, he is laid out, like really snoozing on the couch.
Yeah.
And pissed every time I make him go to bed. Like truly a toddler. So, well, you made me go to bed. So I'm there and I go, well, I got a full cake. What am I supposed to do with it? It doesn't fit in a Tupperware.
Yeah.
We were out of Reynolds wrap because I used it earlier to drop off a meal train meal.
Oh no.
For a friend. Okay.
What are you going to do?
You know what I did?
What?
I said, you know what a lot of people keep cakes in? Cake stands, which is essentially, like a cloche.
A cloche, yeah.
Daddy was his cater waiter.
Yeah.
For the OGs.
Never forget.
I just took a big bowl.
Look at you.
And trapped the cake.
Genius.
Like a rodent or a bug.
See, but that's the hard thing about baking along with the show. This is the thing that I love baking, because I love cooking. It's very fun. It's very exciting. I've loved it more as I've gotten older and become more domesticated. And
like you're
like
wild
I was a feral animal when I was younger.
You're a flying squirrel found after a hurricane.
Yeah, honestly, the symbolism is there. But baking, there's just so much product.
Yeah.
And I don't trust myself with that much sweets, as I'm prone to want sweets, that I need to start making like half portions of recipes.
Yeah, well, that's what's tough. And why I don't do baking is because it's so much math. And then if you go like, hey, you're already doing math. Now here's a new equation of how to make a third of that.
Yeah.
Now divide everything. But so long story short, he had this cake and I came up with the brilliant move. And the next day I was like, see what I did for a cake? I was so
nary a fly.
But, we're getting up. We have stuff to do. I'm going to brunch with you and Val later. And he's like, I mean, I could watch Bake Off with a coffee and a piece of cake. And I was like, with the curtains drawn and it feels all cozy. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
And he had his cake and we watched it and it was perfect. But this week is biscuits, cookies. So I think if we had a couple people over and everyone just brings enough cookies for the class.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a cookie swap style.
I think that's a really fun idea.
I love it.
I'm into it.
I don't know how bread week's going to go.
God, I love bread week. I love bread week.
I love watching it, but I don't make bread.
I don't either. But I obviously, after years of watching people make sourdoughs, I am intrigued by it. But I also am like, who cares?
Well, with the sourdough, and I'm sure we talked about this during quarantine when everyone was doing it, or just during COVID, I never ventured into sourdough. I'd make a bread that's like just a regular, add some yeast.
Yeah.
But the thing where you've got like a pet living in your home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Look, I have a hard time maintaining my own like personal hygiene and health.
Right.
I can't, take care of another
starter, a living. Yeah. I mean, when I was in New York, there was a year I was living in Queens and my roommate made her own kombucha.
Yeah.
And so she had the mother.
Yeah.
The mother just lived in a giant jar on top of the fridge with like a blanket over her. And it was like a horror movie. Like I would like go to the fridge and be nervous I was going to catch a glimpse of that bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
It was a horror movie.
Well, we've gotten into we're watching a lot of content lately because as we're back in Los Angeles, we've been hunkering down and now I'm getting the itch of being like, I gotta get out of the house more.
Yeah.
But in this hunkering and watching late at night, our algorithm on YouTube is pretty wild. And we've gotten really into watching Korean like food get made. And so it's like,
I love Korean food.
A lot of cakes getting made. And it's just like no talking, all ASMR.
Love it.
And it will put you to sleep. Honestly, it's fantastic. But there was this one we watched the other day that was like this. They made bread out of like a potato and some cheese or something. And they made it it looked like a Crunchwrap Supreme, the shape of it. And they had like cheese inside. It was like phenomenal looking. And we didn't have milk, but we had almost everything in the pantry for it other than mozzarella cheese. And I was like, I'll make this right now if we have everything for it.
Not us making fun of ourselves that we kind of are vibing on Delicious Dish for me to be
literally
like, ooh, Korean bread, tell me more.
Yeah, exactly. We've got into that and we've watched people start restoring like old like toys and things.
Okay.
And like rusted like old cash registers and like rusted roulette tables and stuff.
Listen,
it's a whole vibe.
There's something satisfying about watching someone
They're so good at it. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I went through, the legend of the algorithm, like what's on your TikTok now.
Yeah.
There's a minute there where like I was watching a lot of rugs be power washed.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's coming up now too is like, it's like dirtiest rug you've ever seen, transformation. I'm like, what is this part of YouTube?
But I'm also like, you guys aren't picking up these poor dirty rugs off the side of the road like a dog in Tijuana.
Yeah.
Like you are taking that rug and shoving it into the dirty. You're getting it dirty on purpose.
Okay, I see that. This stuff is like these men, because it's mostly man arms. Like you don't even see the face of the person doing it. You just see like the arms and hands. And so it's very faceless. It's very impersonal.
Yeah.
But they're getting millions and millions of views on these videos. And they're like all these different restoration companies or individuals doing this. They sandblast everything. I'm really into sandblasting. Okay. Watching old rusted shit get sandblasted. Whoa.
Yeah. Wow.
Crazy. It's a whole world. But at night to fall asleep it's so mesmerizing that I find myself not looking at my phone and just watching this like hour-long video until I'm exhausted like a little baby and I fall asleep.
See, but that is why and what kind of ASMR I like.
Right. I'm like, I get it now, people.
I don't need someone being like, hello, I'm a little fairy. Are you a wayward traveler, sir?
Do you want a haircut?
I am just the thing. And then they like layer in like a sound effect of like gurgling bubbles. I don't need that. I like a hand of someone like going through a magazine and being like, see, the reason why I like this is because I'm going to show you, just hands like, I'm going to show you how to fold unique napkin shapes to impress your guests next time they come. Like it's very like QVC ASMR. But yeah.
But see, this has no no one's talking.
No one's talking at all. I get that.
They'll put up text to explain like what they're doing, but it is incredible the way that it can restore these to looking brand new. It has blown my mind, and I'm hyper fixated on it for a moment because it has to balance out all the dark shit I've been watching this week.
Well, dark shit, and talk about it if you want to, or we can talk about it offline, whatever you feel good.
Well,
but
I think we can talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I feel like there has to be some like psychological connection that's going, yeah, we want to watch this like very boring, no one's talking or someone's talking very quietly content, because the rest of the content we watch is basically like we're sitting in front of a slot machine all day.
Yeah.
And it's just loud and it's lights and it's switching and there's 19 tabs and everything. And by the end of the day, we're like, I just want to see a man polish silverware.
Literally. That's like everything else sounds like a cement mixer with strobe lights all day. And then I'm just like, yes, sandblast that. Slow and steady.
Sometimes I'll look at Chip. I mean, this is a whole other level. But you know when you have no volume on your phone and your partner plays something and it's just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That'll be Chip. He'll just be listening to like a motor run. Like a car rev. And I'm like I'll be back here writing and then all of a sudden I'll hear a car rev and I'm like, can you take that somewhere else, champ? But I can't hate on him because I'm like, well, you want to listen to me watch this woman talk like an optometrist?
Oh, yeah,
in
exactly.
A quiet voice? We've all got our weird shit.
Exactly. We all have this stuff that we find interesting.
Yeah.
Because I watched the Unknown Number documentary.
It's so fucked.
Then I watched the new Ruby Franke documentary.
Double fucked.
A Cult of Sin and Influence. Really well done documentary. Really great. Has two YouTubers I love, Jordan and McKay, who are ex-Mormons that do, and she's like a licensed therapist, and I love them. They're in the Fundy Fridays kind of like metaverse, and they do a lot of commentary on like Mormon or like religious influencer content, and they're featured in the documentary, and they're great, and it's really fun to be like, oh my God, I know those people from the internet. They don't know me, and now they're in this documentary.
What's up, girl? Are you in that really fucked up doc?
Yeah, seriously.
Great job.
Well, they were chronicling the Ruby Franke thing online in real time, like as it was happening before they got arrested, before they found out about everything. Anyway, so I've been watching all that dark shit. A bunch of moms being fucked up evil people.
Right, that is specifically
white moms. Fucking white moms.
Awful moms.
Yeah, evil women. And
Yikes.
so Bake Off could not have come at a better time. These restoration videos could not have come into my algorithm at a better time. Let's talk about money. Yeah, I'm a great singer. A lot of people aren't aware of how much they spend each month. Do you know how many subscriptions you pay for? You probably have an idea, but it might be way off. How about how much you spend on takeout or delivery? It's probably way more than you think, but there's an app designed to help you manage your money better. I'm talking about Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. What a treat. It monitors your spending and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money shows you all of your expenses in one place. I love seeing everything in one place, including subscriptions that you forgot about. If you see a subscription you don't want, Rocket Money will help you cancel it. Their dashboard lays out your total financial picture, including bill due dates and paydays, in a way that's easy to digest. You can even automatically create custom budgets based on your past spending. And if you've got a goal that you'd like to save for, Rocket Money can analyze your accounts to find the best time each month to put extra money aside. It takes all of that thinking and guesswork out of it for you. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you. What? A middleman? I love a middleman. This app automatically scans your bills to find opportunities to save, and then it goes to work to get you better deals. They'll even talk to customer service. You heard that right. They will talk to customer service so you don't have to. Ooh, we're all my beta babies. Introverts unite. And you can get alerts if your bills increase in price or if there's unusual activity in your accounts, if you're close to going over budget, and even when you're doing a good job. Positive reinforcement, we love that. Rocket Money's 5 million members have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions. I myself have canceled a few editing services I did not realize I was paying for. Haha. Who, me? Flighty Helbig? Yeah, you got that right. Members save up to $740 a year on average when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/TMGW today. That's rocketmoney.com/TMGW. rocketmoney.com/TMGW.
Remember that doctor's appointment that you swore you were going to make at the beginning of summer, and here we are at the end of summer and you haven't done anything? Yeah, you got sidetracked and completely forgot while you were working on your tan. You know, that dentist appointment for your biannual cleaning and now your mouth is garbage. Or that overdue annual checkup that's been 3 years in the making and, you know, you should just figure out what's going on instead of Googling it every night. Or that dermatologist appointment for that rash that's been looking, you know, a little itchy. Well, the perfect place to get those doctor's appointments and get them fast is ZocDoc. ZocDoc is fun to say, and it's also a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book that appointment. Yes, I am saying in-network. You can put in your insurance as one of your filters to find what you are looking for, because more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, primary care to urgent care, and more, are on ZocDoc. So you can filter for your insurance. But also who's nearby. You don't want to drive across town. And also who is highly rated by verified patients, who has availability tomorrow. Okay, I'm a bit of a dental chicken. So if I'm going to get a dental cleaning, I'm booking it the night before so I cannot back out of it. That's right. ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. And more often than not, you can get them same day. Honey, what are you waiting for? Book all those appointments you've been putting off right now with ZocDoc. You know, I've used ZocDoc for everything from pap smears to looking in my ears, from allergy tests to checking out those breasts, okay? So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/weird to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That is ZocDoc.com/weird. ZocDoc.com/weird. As just like a palate cleanser, I have a That's Nice.
Yeah, okay. We haven't done that forever. Oh, that's nice.
You know what's nice is that soundbite.
We forgot that existed. I don't know if we've played that in well over a year.
It's been so, like, this is the first time where I was looking at my notes on my phone and I went, I don't have a granny rant. What kind of positive week did I have that I'm not rationally pissed about something?
Love it.
That's so small. You know that's nice? It happened on Saturday. I went to brunch with you and our friend Val, who we are obsessed with and we love.
Love Val.
You know what's nice? Pancakes for the table.
A table pancake. This has been happening for a couple years, I feel like, culturally.
Yeah, I
don't know who started it, but I feel like I've heard of it, that it's like the thing you do is you get a pancake for the table and then everyone gets their brunch orders.
Well, this was the positive. Well, this was a great bonus of this stack, which, by the way, Chip is mad at me because we had been talking about getting blueberry pancakes. Then I came home and I was like, I gotta admit, I got some blueberry pancakes. He's like, what? We've been talking about it for a week. But the reason why this was so great is because there were 3 pancakes and 3 people.
Yeah, it really worked out.
Well, I love it. It's nice when you go to a meal, a brunch, and you go, I would never do that as my main.
Yeah.
Y'all all want to get in on an extra entree, not even a side. It goes, I want savory.
Yeah.
But we down to split these pancakes?
Yeah, exactly. Because I was going to get the pancakes, but I was like, I don't want entirely sweet now. I want some salt in my life.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great.
That's nice.
I think that's nice. I also think having a shared thing for the table while everyone else gets something is a great just institution in general.
Yeah, because I don't want to share my meal. Like when people will be like, well, let's go halvesies. I'm like already thinking of how I can get more than half.
When people are like, it's sometimes I'm okay with like when everyone's like, let's just get a bunch of stuff for the table. But then it's so much pressure of being like, well, what do I suggest?
Yeah.
What if they don't like what I've suggested for the table?
Right. Like, I know.
Because I'll eat anything. My
You're
standards
good.
are low, and I am a people pleaser to my core. So I will go with whatever the table wants. But if you're asking me to make a suggestion for the table, I'm going to clam up.
Oh, see, it's tough for me when people say, let's share a bunch of stuff. And I'm clocking the tea of like, well, yeah, I can nib on 2 of these, but y'all can nib on all 4. So now talk about math.
Yeah.
I'm going, well, you better go for a second mozzarella stick because those hoes got a crudo.
There you go.
Oh, but that's nice when
That
it works
is
out like
nice.
that. I learned something today
Okay.
that shocker
Got
heard
it.
around the world. Do you know how they have actual rules for how you can name your dogs in France?
Rules for naming your dog.
Rules for naming your dog.
Never
Okay,
heard of
here, obviously. You get a dog, you name it whatever you want. Larry David, Beans, Brock, aka Broccoli.
Yeah. Go for it.
And so, but in France, basically, they have a letter every year.
Uh-huh.
So like 1 year it'll be like S, and that means like you have to name your dog with an S.
You have to.
So essentially, I mean, I don't think you'll be thrown in jail.
Okay.
I don't think you'll be like decapitated.
I don't know what France does.
But if it's a pedigree dog, like if it's a mutt, whatever, you know what I mean? Like make that guy a little croissant. But if it is like a bred dog,
Yeah.
cat, sheep, cow, or goat,
Oh, okay.
you name them with the year. So it'll be like, this is an S year. This is a T year.
So this is how they tell like how old they all are.
So this is to find if you are looking for like a dog or whatever that's 3 years old,
Yeah.
you can look for the name and that's how it goes. Isn't that crazy?
That's interesting.
So I guess it was created before computers and databases. Like it's a very old system. And it says the rules invented to make it easier to find a dog from a specific year. But now they just like still do that. And so isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
If you're in France, let me know like how much people still adhere to this.
Yeah. Are people abiding by this, or is this like very old, like what they used to do before they had free will?
Yeah. But so I guess it's, and then in the UK, the kennel clubs have names that always start with a K and they change every year. I don't know. It's so crazy, but I didn't know there were ever any rules for naming pets in society at all.
But those are farm animals too that they're naming, like
Right.
goats and sheep.
What's
then
it-
it's like, where do you draw the line? Like,
Right.
How come? What other animals are allowed to be named with this letter or not? Or
Right.
what if you're like, I'm gonna age my dog up and name it with an S, even though it was born in an R year.
Yeah, so it can come to the club with me.
Yeah, so it can drink with me.
I mean, it's very Kardashian.
Yeah.
Because, if it's a B year, we got Beans, but then you're like Bob, Billy, Buster,
Yeah,
Brigadoon. I don't know.
Brock.
Oh, right.
Broccoli.
You're like, my actual dog's name.
My actual dog, who's doing great, by the way.
Yeah. Give us a Brock
I
update.
forget that I don't really update people with Brock very much, just because we have him at home, and I forget. I don't know. I guess I've gotten out of the rhythm of like. I think for a while when I thought we were putting him up for adoption, I was like, okay, I'm going to post him because I want someone to like find him and adopt him. And now when he's like our dog, I'm like, oh, it's just our dog. I don't need to post about him.
But
so
we
I
love
forget
him.
that people will DM me and be like, what's going on with him? He's doing great. He is such a little worm boy, I call him, because when he puts his ears back, he just looks like this like weird, like very linear thing. I was walking in
He
the
can
other.
slide through a crack.
Yeah, basically. But he's such a little weirdo. He's like so clumsy. He runs into everything that I'm like, God, you are our dog. This is crazy.
Yeah.
He doesn't love walking. So he's got these like his proportions are hilarious. Like his forearms are so long that when he walks like a show pony, like prancing, that literally I took him on a walk the other day, and this woman was this older woman. Was just out front FaceTiming, and she just goes, oh, look at this dog. He's so proud of himself. He's prancing. And she just kept trying to show the person on FaceTime, look how proud he is.
That's so
And I wanted to be
cute.
like, no, he's actually really scared of everything right now.
Oh.
He gives off proud show pony prance vibes, but
Energy.
he's just literally listening to every sound
He's
that's
just
possibly
using
happening.
his long arms to be like, don't get near me.
Please don't get near me.
Oh, that's so cute. I was walking Beans and Larry a few days ago, and with Chip, Larry is like in the army. Like he's clipped by a carabiner to his like belt loop, walks right beside him. Perfect. With me, Larry is
wilding out.
Like, going crazy.
He's down with the sickness.
He's crazy. But so this woman comes over and I like got them to not be little assholes. And she's petting them and she just goes, do they come out looking that old?
Great question.
Honestly. And I was like, I didn't say this, but I was like, first of all, bitch, I never said how old they are.
I love that she said, do they come out like they're Kitten Surprise or one of those toys?
Exactly. And I was like, what do you mean? For all you know, Larry could be 15. Granted, he's not. And he does. It is interesting because he's already white and gray and like you don't have much hair. Yeah. So I'm like, what's gonna change as he gets older? Yeah. I think that's just how he's gonna look forever. But yeah, to say to someone, do they come out looking that old? And I went, yeah, I guess. I was like, yeah, they're hairless. What do you want from me, ma'am?
Wow.
I mean, I was sucking in. Yeah. I was like, okay, we got an ageist on our hands. What's going on here?
I'm trying to think of, okay, here's a note I had.
Okay.
I think we should be saying freaky deaky more.
Ooh, I'm into that.
What happened with freaky deaky? Also, what's deaky mean?
Oh, yeah.
But I started to look it up and I realized that I guess there was a song called Freaky Deaky.
Oh, it's got to be like a funk song.
It's Tyga and Doja Cat.
Oh, never mind.
In 2022, they had a song called Freaky Deaky.
Really?
Yeah. And then there was like some novel called Freaky Deaky in 1988 that tells the story of former counterculture activists who turned to bomb making for profit.
Oh, okay.
I was like, that's freaky deaky.
That is freaky deaky. I'm down to freaky deaky. I mean, I do think Freaky is having a big year because of Freaky Friday.
Very much so.
You know, but I like a freaky deaky. We can add on from that. You have a fun little Greek dinner. Oh, that's a freaky Greeky. That's freaky tzatziki.
Freaky Greeky tzatziki.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's because you know how like we culture that would be like, oh, what kind of slang is Gen Z using? And then we like all have to incorporate it in some way.
Is it skibbity?
Skibbity.
Or is that the others? The youngers?
The alphas. Skibbity has been added among other slang words to like the dictionary.
Not the Merriam-Webster.
I think so. One of the dictionaries.
Oh my God.
But then I'm like, why don't millennials get to keep making up words? Like, did we only allow, like shook was a big thing for us.
It was real big thing.
I remember hearing you use the word first and
did it sound
you were
natural?
Like, I'm scared to say this word. And I remember being like, well, if Mamrie's going to say it, I'm going to start saying it. And now, because I heard someone say it, maybe in one of these documentaries or maybe somewhere on TikTok that I was like, right, shook was a millennial word that we came up with.
I think
What's stopping us for continuously coming up with new words the way Gen Z is introducing mid and skibbity and riz and all of that?
Yeah, like why does it come up the ladder?
Yeah.
Why can't we have some, well, I don't think anyone's going to like take our phrases, but like we should have some of our own anyway. I remember when Christine Sidelko, she had something and she was like, I'm shooketh. And I was and I was like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. And I don't know why, but it like got me real good.
Right. And so what's stopping us for continuously adding to culture linguistically?
Listen, everyone knows when I was younger, I tried to make mint a slang word. And I've heard, of course, through many a comment that it was kind of slang in the UK of like, oh, that's mint, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's mint. But it didn't go as well
in
Boonville, North Carolina. Okay. I threw it out there about 4 or 5 times and everyone just kept talking.
Yes.
So should we like maybe like add it to the soundboard, be like once a month we like say some new slang, or should we try to do some new slang?
You know how in Clueless, she's like, I'm trying to learn a new word a day and like gives a dictionary definition. I forget what word is in that movie that she uses. We should do that with slang when we're just like trying to educate ourselves.
Slang of the month. We'll be like, we're gonna slang the damn thing. You guys try to use it this week. Tell us, let us know how you incorporated our new slang. Should we like?
Yeah, like because I let him cook or cooking. I hear just very colloquially now. Doesn't sound necessarily like slang to me. I've seen
because of the song. Let her cook.
Oh,
it's Glorilla.
Okay. No idea. Those are, I don't know what that word is.
Yeah.
So,
but I also don't know which came first. I don't know if saying like, oh, let him cook when someone's like going off, I think was a catchphrase. And then she put it in a song.
Okay. Yeah. So like, what other slang is happening right now? Menti B feels like it came and went.
It came and went, and I liked that one.
Me too. I was like, it's familiar.
It's a little mint. It felt like it could be a Lost Spice Girl.
Yeah, it was
Menti B here on the track.
Fun and silly. Fun and silly. Chuggy? Are we still saying that?
I don't know.
Or is it just cringe now? Is cringe cover everything?
Well, here's the thing. Chuggy. I always got nervous to say it.
Yeah, because it sounds like
it's spelled weird,
and it sounds something about it sounds like offensive.
Okay, I'm gonna throw out a word.
Yeah,
that could be a slang word, and then we decide like what it means. Okay. Because I just feel like something's staring me in the face.
Okay.
Tater.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like how could that be slang? If you're just like if something is like very. This isn't what it should be. Okay. This is what it should be. There are no bad ideas. If someone is like very versatile, you'd be like tater. It's not that, but because you can do so many different things with potatoes.
It sounds so much like hater that I'm like, is it a type of hater? Is a tater?
It's like you're a hater. You look like a fucking potato.
Or it's like you're a tiny hater. Like you're almost a full-blown hater. You're a tater. So you're like teetering on hating.
Okay. So if like Chip was like,
I don't hate her. I don't hate her. I tater.
Like, quit being a tater.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's our first slang.
We're throwing spaghetti. Seeing what sticks.
I mean, that could be another one. Only food based for me. I'm just like, sketty. I'm just throwing.
Let her cook. Yeah.
I'm throwing it out there like Migos. Skater. Like sketty.
I love that. I just think we, as an age group, I know we're all tired, but it doesn't mean that we can't have some whimsy with our words.
And I would like some more. Well, I would like for, like you said, millennials to have more slang because then I don't get nervous around saying it around the youths. Instead, I would be owning it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, I saw this TikTok today that's making the rounds about a licensed therapist that kind of gives their observational take on Gen Z, you know, with the Gen Z stare and the apathetic sort of like general malaise of that generation. Man, he really puts it in perspective of like how we should cultivate more empathy for Gen Z based on the way they've been just like forced to be embedded in technology and the world the way it is. And everyone kind of looks at them like these dumb kids, and it gave me a perspective shift for the Gen Zers.
Listen, I've never been a tater on Gen Z.
Not a tater on Gen Z.
Sometimes on specific fashions, etc. But like, millennials, we've withstood so many tragedies and what is it called when everything loses money? Recessions.
Yes.
And things like that at very important points of our life where we need to be making money. We're all screwed. Yeah. We're screwed. But like, I think anyone from here on out is screwed. Gen Z, Alpha, we're all fucked.
You said it. We got to come together because we're all fucked.
We're all fucked. Okay. Gen X, boomers. Hope it was fun.
Yeah. You know what? We really got to come together and go against the boomers. We have to remind ourselves who the real enemy is.
We have to come together and get corpses out of political office.
God, that's what I'm saying.
Jeez Louise.
I've also taught Elliot this hand thing, and he does it now all the time when he watches TV. He's like, is it this? Is it this?
Is that the right finger?
Because he kept thinking it's like, why is there no snaps? I was like, no, I think it's just a little clap.
We're not beat poets. It's like a little, it's clapping with, I think I think there's that
invisible maracas.
Invisible, or what are these when you have really long nails?
Oh, yeah. That you can tap them together.
Yeah, like there's that meme of Patrick from SpongeBob with like the big nails and the mouth. So if I did this, I'd be like, oh, me and Patrick from SpongeBob. It's so funny. When Chip was abroad, there were certain countries that he couldn't send gifts from.
Oh, interesting.
It was very weird. Like it disappeared from his phone. And so he was like, insert Steve Carell. And
just
how quickly
gift.
I knew exactly what he was talking about. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
He was like, insert, person who like clip of the person who thought they saw a leprechaun.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
I have big news.
Okay.
For the first time in my adult life.
Yeah.
And we're talking 20 years or almost 20 years. I'll be 42 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I moved to New York City when I was 22.
Yeah.
I'm officially halfway of living in like New York and LA. Crazy. My whole life. I got a microwave.
That's unbelievable to me. Really, truly unbelievable. What prompted it finally?
Okay, here's the deal. Is a couple things. When Chip was gone, I talked about like I was just doing stuff around the house. I was like, I got to rearrange some stuff, and it was like, oh, let me get some convenience thing. Like I never had a little trash can by the dryer, so I was.
Lint, where's it going?
That's what I'm saying. I would put it on top.
I have seen the pile.
You've seen the pile.
I've seen the pile, and I just put it to the side. I mean, my house has crazy systems in place. I was like, this is their system.
We're on limited room. So I would put the pile and then like about 3 piles worth.
Yeah.
When we've got a little monster going on up there.
Yeah.
I'd take it inside and I throw it away.
There you go.
So little things like I got us a can crusher.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Bring those back, huh?
I've never even thought of that.
How much less space that takes in your recycling.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to
and
be
I've
good.
gotten into eating beans lately. So that produces a lot of cans in my pantry.
And a lot of farts under the covers.
A lot of farts.
Oof. But so I was doing little things where I was like, how can I make just little things a little more convenient?
Yeah, I love that.
You know?
That makes me so excited. Right? Getting systems in place makes me so excited lately.
This is so silly, but I like put a couple hooks.
Yeah.
But we keep all our dog stuff in like a little basket by the front door, like in the corner. Now, granted, we have other areas of dog storage stuff in a different thing that's like winter coats, Beetlejuice costumes, tiny Ariana Grande wigs, you know, like things that aren't everyday wear for the dogs, especially. But so we still have one little basket that's like, you know, sun protection shirt, seasonal.
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
But then you dig in there for the leash.
Everything
so I put
goes
2
in.
hooks just for the leash. And I was like, one tiny thing. And I was like, that saves me 5 seconds a day.
And it's so nice to look at when it's like effective.
So good.
Yeah.
So then I was like, the reason why I don't have a microwave is because they're so like, I don't have anywhere where it's like mounted into the thing.
Yeah.
You know, it would just be on the counter and huge and annoying to me.
Yep.
So what I did is in like an effort to get rid of stuff, I went to my drawer, one of my cabinets that houses all my like random culinary stuff.
Yeah.
I'm talking fondue, high tea thing.
Yes.
So a WWE crock pot, a smoking gun, a smoke blaster for cocktails. It's got a dehydrator.
Yeah. We wouldn't call these essentials.
No.
We would call these. These are adding some flavor to the kitchen.
Flavor. So I went in and I was like, oh, we can get rid of that. Oh, like that's a huge chip bowl.
Yeah.
Like that's plastic from Party City. Like let's.
Yeah.
And I made a little room and I was like, I can slide a microwave in there and then just pull it out.
When you need
Use it.
Yeah.
Put it back in. You know?
And it makes you more intentional.
It makes you more intentional and honestly feels like a treat. Because I haven't used it in so long. I haven't had a microwave. The other day,
Your mind must be blown by how hot things can get so quickly.
Let me tell you. Okay, you might be like, that's disgusting. But I remember like being in Palm Springs or somewhere, taking a little ramekin, spraying it, oil, dropping an egg in, paper towel on top, in the microwave for 1 minute. It sounds like a couple fireworks go off in there.
Sure.
And then you've got an egg that's basically the egg from Egg McMuffin.
Wow,
it's basically a poached egg right there. And I took that microwave for its maiden voyage yesterday and I did it and then warmed up a tortilla, blah, 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 made like a breakfast burrito in like, I'm going to say under 2.5 minutes.
Incredible.
With I hate an egg pan. We've talked about this at length.
Yeah.
And then I just had a little ramekin that it slid right out. And I said, things are looking good.
It's actually, everything's going to be okay.
And I just feel bad because I've had 8 years of poor Chip reheating his Indian food in a skillet.
What recession? We got eggs in a microwave.
I said, we're living large over here, okay? Thank you, ad reads. And I was just like, Chip came home and I go, why don't you take a peek? Why don't you take a peek in that cabinet? Why don't you take a peek? Because, you know, for the first few years, it was like, why don't you have a microwave?
Yeah.
Now, why is it? Why? And for me, it just became like, this is just habit.
Yeah.
I lived in New York. I never had a microwave because there was no fucking room for it. And it just became habit. And now I think about all the times we've just reheated things unevenly.
Your coffee, because you like that, to me has always blown my mind. As someone that does not drink coffee unless it's a certain temperature, to not have a device solely for making things hotter, faster.
I know.
Has always blown my mind.
But then I'll go to Palm Springs and then I would like reheat my coffee and I'd be like, what a treat.
Yeah, you're going to lose the magic of it down there.
Now, it's still magical because we've only made one egg in it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's fun until you got to clean it. Then you're like, good damn.
Well,
you know. This cube.
Hey, better than a million egg skillets.
True. There you go.
Because I'm trying to eat a little breakfast.
There you go.
We're
Absolutely.
trying adult things.
Love it. Eating breakfast and a microwave. Incredible.
I eat breakfast like 11:30, so it's technically lunch. But we're trying.
A sensible brunch.
Yeah.
Meal planning. Ugh. Am I right? But hear me out. Hear me out. Meal planning meals can be really simple and stress-free. Imagine having a week of meals already decided for you with personalized options that fit your lifestyle. And that's what makes Hungry Root such a game changer. Hungry Root takes the stress out of mealtime by planning a full week of meals tailored to your taste, and it gets smarter with every order. Whoa, what a delicious threat. With over 15,000 recipes to choose from each week, many ready in just 15 minutes or less. Love that. It's an easy option to find things that fit your whole family's tastes and nutrition goals. That's my favorite thing about Hungry Root, is that they have a wide variety. They cast a wide net of recipes that can satisfy almost every nutrition goal. If you're gluten-free, dairy-free, high protein, if you're focused on gut health, or all my sensitive gut girlies, woo woo, or just about anything else, Hungry Root will help you stay on track. You take a quick quiz, and their smart cart technology builds a weekly menu that fits your needs. It's like having a personalized meal planner who gets it. And they help you cut down on food waste. They keep you from defaulting to expensive takeout when the time's tight, and you get a great value with thoughtfully planned meals. And with our offer, every deliver includes a free item. Ooh! Is it a Labubu? It's not. It's a premium protein, veggie, or sweet treat. Hungry Root, they hold their ingredients to really high standards. So they avoid over 200 additives like high fructose corn syrup, preservatives, and artificial sweeteners. They use quality ingredients like hormone and antibiotic-free meat and seafood, organic produce, non-GMO choices, so you can feel really good about everything that you're eating. And for those of you that have children, just kidding, who are going back to school and needing to get in the swing of routines again, Hungry Root's quick recipes are a savior on those busy nights when you're juggling homework and practices and what have you. My last Hungry Root, I got salmon green goddess salad. I got a classic barbecue sloppy joe on a ciabatta bun. I would never have thought to do that myself, but they were like, hey, you should try this. And I was like, you're dang right I should. That's perfect. It's delicious. So take advantage of this exclusive offer for a limited time. You can get 40% off your first box plus a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/TMGW and use code TMGW. That's hungryroot.com/TMGW. Use code TMGW to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/TMGW, code TMGW.
As I sit here right now recording this ad, you know what's underneath these jeans and crisp white tee? Baby, it is Skims panties and Skims bra, because that is all I wear. Honestly, my whole entire underwear drawer has flipped and switched and upgraded to all Skims because I'm obsessed. I have never found a brand of undergarments that I love and that work for me so well. Their underwear are incredibly comfortable, but also they're seamless, because my biggest pet peeve, both in underwear and bras, is that they dig into you, and then you're over here looking like a tray of Hawaiian king rolls when you want it to smooth you out. These are the comfiest panties while also being sexy, okay? I like it to be above my hip, a little weird science 80s vibe, and these are perfect for that. But just because they're comfy and seamless doesn't mean they lose their shape, okay? They do not. I've tried so many brands and nothing compares. The fabric is truly life-changing. It's like butter, baby. It stays smooth, supportive, and keeps its shape no matter how many times I wear or wash them. You would think when I first got them, I was like, all right, these are fabulous, but they're gonna last 3 washes, and then they are going to absolutely just come unraveled and be like loose and weird on me. I've been wearing these panties for a bit, okay? I'm not telling you I wear old underwear. I'm just saying they really hold up to lots and lots of washing, lots and lots of wearing. I wear them when I go work out. The whole gamut. They are perfect. And their bras?
Okay, I got some decent sized girls. I like a push-up bra, but the thing about the push-up bra is sometimes I got some extra boobs in my armpits. They're pushing everything up and it spills over. Well, not with this one. All the push-up bras, by the way. I got the teardrop bra. I've got the super push-up. I've got the balconette push-up bra, because just because you lift the girls doesn't mean you want to see the little edge of your bra in a low-cut shirt, okay? That feels counterintuitive. Skims is the best. They give me just the right amount of shape and support. They are comfortable, lightweight. They don't flatten me out like other bras. They don't push it up and look like I'm some Renaissance fair boobs. You just have to give it a shot. And if you haven't tried Skims by now, what the heck are you waiting for? They are truly the best intimates out there. So shop my favorite bras and underwear at skims.com. And after you place your order, please be a dear, okay? Let them know that This Might Get Weird sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu so you can tell Skims where you came from and how much I bragged about them, because they are the best. Go to skims.com/TMGW.
Should we get into some questions?
Yeah,
should we have a call in?
I think we should do it.
A question from a listener.
A question from a listener. Send us like a 30-second voice note and we'll play that.
I mean, these themes crush. Thank you, Teresa Walsh.
Thank you, T. Walsh. And also, quick update from last week. Clark,
right,
who gave us his name this week. I can't remember if he was anonymous last week. But he gave us an update on the duo that wanted to go out to dinner with him after the one guy told the other guy that he was flirting with him, even though he wasn't.
Or that they hooked up or something,
Something
right?
like that. Yeah. So he said it turned out to be kind of a nothing burger, but he went to dinner.
Okay.
Because he wanted to see why they, and I quoted this, quote, conjured him.
Oh my God.
I was like, that's a great word to be put into language more.
And it's dominant. The Conjuring is dominating the box office right now.
There you go.
It's timely.
It's so he did it for the plot. They acted like nothing had happened. So
really,
and so no one brought it up at dinner.
And Clark didn't bring it up?
Clark didn't bring it up. He said they just talked for like an hour or two. Turns out the boyfriend is leaving again. He's got like an ex-friend that was going to move in. It sounds a little like there's layers to this.
Yeah.
And they didn't pay for dinner. Yeah. So it's
after they put you through that trauma, they did not pick up the tab.
No. So sounds a little bit like nothing really happened. But maybe you got some closure on The Conjuring because you got to hear that they avoided talking about the
they've got
general
issues if they can't openly communicate.
Yeah. Okay, let me figure out this. Okay, we have two.
Okay.
Okay, let's go for it.
Grace and Mamrie, my name's Callie, huge fan of both of you, literally been listening since day one. To use a Mamrie phrase, this summer has been a doozy of a deuce, I do believe. I was unexpectedly let go of my job earlier in the summer, and I'm still kind of navigating, figuring out next steps. Been applying to a bunch of jobs, blah, blah, blah. My main question is when it comes to career changes or like shifting chapters in both of your careers, is there anything you've done or kind of leaned on when it comes to that change? Any catch or phrases, tools, mindsets, etc., to kind of lean on during that tumultuous time? That's my cue. Love you both. Bye.
Oh, Callie.
Sweet person.
Doozy of a lady.
I love when people quote us because I can't remember a single thing I've ever said. So I'm like, I guess you did say that.
Well, also when it's from a perspective and you go, oh, I do say that. Yeah. You know, it's like when people are like, that's your doppelganger. Oh, Callie.
Yeah,
it's a tough time.
It is a tough time. And I feel like I've been starting a new chapter.
You absolutely have.
We've definitely talked about this offline in our personal lives a little bit.
Real friends.
Real friend talk. Real life talk. Yeah. Maybe we don't share all of those thoughts with you guys. But I do feel like in the last few years, things have shifted, obviously. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I have learned or am coming to learn more and more, and it just seems to be like, yeah, that is what it is, isn't it? Is that change doesn't happen without discomfort. And as someone that has for years always tried to look for comfort. And feel like discomfort was like a bad thing that I wanted to avoid. I have very much learned that like discomfort or being uncomfortable or being outside of your comfort zone is like a byproduct of growth in a lot of ways, and is part of like things shifting. Like you can't, things don't change unless stuff gets kind of messy or uncomfortable first. And so whatever you're maybe feeling, if it feels discombobulated, if you feel lost, if things feel uncomfortable, like it is a sign that stuff's changing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a phrase that I've been using, I see a lot more, is ebbs and flows, where I'm just like, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Things are going to ebb and they're going to flow. And like right now it's, I'm sure, incredibly frustrating. I know a lot of people looking for work and there's less and less work. And it's, this isn't just me being like, oh, my friends in the industry. It's like the actual unemployment rates of the country.
Yeah.
So right now it's feeling really shitty, but it's just going to feel that much better when you get the job. And so it's like it ebbs and it flows. And if not, it plateaus. Sorry, I'm doing spoken word. But you know what I mean? Where if you just had this job and it was slow and steady for years and years and years, you'd be like, oh man, I never tried something different. And because of these unfortunate circumstances, you're having to make different moves, which in the moment it feels like survival mode. But in looking back, like what's going to come is probably way better, which you wouldn't have done without this is ebb the bad part or flow without this dip?
You're exactly. I was watching this other TikTok of this older man this morning. It's got like 1 million views on it. That's him just giving a pep talk of like, you have to keep going because the one thing that is inevitable is that tables will turn. Yeah. Which is the same way of saying ebbs and flows, like ride the wave because it will, shift and change. And that you want to see what happens when things change, when things flow, when the tables turn, all of that. So,
well, Callie, good luck. Yeah. And just know that like it is a universal thing that is happening right now. So I'm sorry you're going through it, but there is I'm going to say, instead of misery loves company, strength in numbers. Yeah. And that like,
there's a collective. It's happening for, I think, everyone right now. And this is how the collective works, is like these energies collectively will ebb and flow culturally. And so I think we're all in this kind of moment of like, what the fuck is going on?
With that in mind, Grace, next week I want you to come with an astrology update. Yeah. Because it is our birth month.
Yeah.
We got to get some big ideas.
Yeah, we just had a full moon. We just had a lunar eclipse. Lots going on. Okay, this is the other question that I pulled this week.
Hey, Grace and Mamrie. My name's Harry. Long time fan of y'all. I won't say how long because I don't want to age all three of us. I am after some dating advice. I have autism and ADHD. And I am on struggle street trying to get a first date sometimes, let alone a second date, because I'm trying to find the balance between being my authentic self and potentially info dumping about the psychology of personality to these poor boys, or, masking and trying to be normal and chill when I'm not either of those things. So where is that balance? What is that balance? What does it look like? Trying to still be authentic whilst playing it cool and not just being too crazy or being too much.
Baby.
And then Harry goes on at the end to tell us if we are down in Australia, he'll take us out to a bunch of bars in Melbourne.
Harry, I love you. Wow, that is such a complex mindset going into something, which like, truth be told, like you're dealing with a set of challenges that I haven't had to deal with, of the idea of like, what do you go in authentically versus do I mask so that it's not too much all at once and then like slowly pull off the mask, but that doesn't feel authentic. Oh man.
Yeah, this is really,
that's a doozy of a deuce.
It's a doozy of a deuce, Harry. And I have a lot of empathy for you.
Sure.
And for everyone, like, Again, the dating questions, I'm always trying to give as best advice as I can,
know.
though I do feel a little ill-equipped because I've been married for, a few years now.
74 years.
And for 74 years. And so I only know what I hear about the dating scene, which is that it fucking sucks and it is difficult and it's like a full-time job in and of itself. And so any advice I give, I think will be easier said than done. I do have a lot of experience with the feeling of masking and the feeling of like taking it off and not real for years. I think I didn't even realize that I was masking because you call it like people pleasing, where you're like, I'm just trying to be like good in front of everyone. And then like, why am I so burnt out and tired at the end of the day, like from one social interaction? Oh, in hindsight, I was like performing this this version of self that I thought was the most pleasing to everyone in the room. And that is just so, so exhausting. I mean, the easy advice is like, just go in as yourself, and then you hope that you find the person that you like, are compatible with, that like enjoys you as you are, because why the fuck not?
Right.
Like the alternative is to do additional work by hiding some part of yourself to be pleasing to this person, when then you're effectively kind of lying to this person about who you are.
Right.
So you're giving them kind of the wrong impression. So it's in your best interest to be like, I'm just going to be myself for better or worse. And it might be worse because they might be turned off by that. But at least out of the gate, and you don't have to waste any of that masking energy on this person that clearly is not like aligned with who you are.
I think that's such good advice. I think if I was going to put it into an analogy, as I've been known to do, or a metaphor, it's kind of like, don't do what I do, which is like with a pool.
Okay. Like a swimming pool.
I'm that bitch that if it's cold, I am slowly getting in. And all that does is elongate the discomfort.
Yeah.
I would love to be a person who just jumps in.
Yeah.
Because you like acclimate quicker and you feel good. And so it's kind of like that. It's like, why like slowly reveal the personality? And then you could get in and be like, I don't even feel like being in this pool.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't want to go swimming at all.
I want to go eat a sandwich now. Why did I just spend 15 minutes trying to like regulate the temperature?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't I just jump in, have some fun? Didn't work out. Now I'm going to leave. You know?
Because I feel like, I don't know, there's probably a lot of like shame that comes around trying to balance being your authentic self and being pleasing to other people that keeps you from being your authentic self. I think we're so culturally conditioned to be pleasing in some way to people, or that we have to be liked in some way. And, social media doesn't make it any easier.
Right.
We're all just like looking at each other as likes and thumbs ups and things like that. So there's part of me that goes, there is such sweet relief in just being yourself immediately.
Right.
And it takes practice. I feel like I'm only starting to get this now in my life. Like, I feel like even in like Scotland, when I was talking to a lot of people were like, you're really genuine. You seem very real. And it felt very like wild to hear that. But at the same time, I felt like I was just more myself than I'd ever been in like my adult life. Because a lot of times when we do meet and greets, you're like, I want to be as cool as they might think I am, and I want to be everything that they might think I am. And I felt very like off guard about that, very much like just, I'm just being a human with this other human. And it was so relieving, but it was unfamiliar in a way too, because I'm so used to being like performative in some way. And so it does take, I don't know, practice in being yourself, like in being, because it is uncomfortable. It is like jumping in a pool and having that moment of like, this is going to be fucking cold, but I'm going to jump, I'm going to take the leap. And so like, it is like a feeling that you have to like put yourself through almost over and over to get more comfortable doing it.
Totally. And Charlie, for what it's worth, I think you sound
Henry.
Sorry.
I think Henry.
Is it
Maybe
Henry?
that's wrong.
Oh my God. But I think you sound delightful. I would go to a pub with you, and I mean, there's what you're going, I don't know if you're a writer or anything, but I feel like this is like such a unique perspective of like, people don't think about like what it's like to date with, like, if you're on the spectrum or obviously we see the shows Love on the Spectrum,
right?
And they try to like line up the levels of, autism, whatnot. But like being in a level of autism or on the spectrum where you're like, well, I'm going on dates with people that like aren't autistic.
Right.
Like
'cause
this is a
the
social
spectrum of neurodivergence
Exactly.
is broad.
Exactly. So I commend you for just getting out there. I mean, I commend anyone who's putting themselves out there really because it's tough.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think me and you, Grace, are in agreement that like, why not? Why not just go, not hold back? And if it doesn't work out, then like, great. That was, you found out quick enough and didn't like waste more time on someone.
Yeah. Also, there's something so refreshing about being like, I have ADHD and I'm autistic. And so if I come across a certain type of way, I just want to put that out there, like off the bat, that like that's what's going on with me. Not that it changes like who I am as a person, but there it is. Like,
I love it.
Yeah. I don't know. Easier said than done again.
Obviously easier said than done, but that's the advice from two hags that have been with their partners for 84 years.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
I thought of maybe a slang.
Okay.
Now this wouldn't be an everyday use as like shook or whatnot, but it definitely like a mentee bee kind of way.
Yeah.
So if something's going on with the planets, whatever, or you know, like things are shifting and it's making everyone act a little crazy because of astrology, you could be like, man, it's fucking lunar tunes right now.
That's really fun. Lunar tunes.
Lunar tunes would be like, well, she's a Gemini, she's acting lunar tunes.
Lunar tunes. I love
Isn't it
that.
kind of fun?
Fun to say too.
Fun to say.
Yeah, because then you're like, did they just misspeak? Oh no, that's a pun.
Wait, what moon is in her fifth rising? Oh, she gonna be lunar tunes at this party, okay?
Lunar tunes.
Lunar tunes, you guys. This
Love
was
it.
so much fun. Thank you for sending in the questions. We are getting through them little by little. We're also having so much fun on Patreon. So if you aren't a patron, it starts at $5 a month. It's patreon.com/This Might Get Weird. And and we have live streams and we have book clubs and we have just like extra little posts that we put up. And it's just a good time over there. So if you want a little more of what you get weekly here and even like what you can check while your phone's on silent,
Exactly.
join our Patreon.
Yeah. And if you want to send in a voice note with your question, email us at tmgwpodcast@gmail.com. Try to keep it under a minute if possible. And I think that's all the housekeeping.
I think it was a really good time.
Really fun, y'all.
Yeah. And this got weird.
Yeah.
This might get weird.